Calling this meeting of the Green Oak Charter Township Planning and Zoning Department Zoning Board of Appeals to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do a roll call of the board. Do not have a,
I can do, I
It's
think it
Todd.
falls to me, yes. Steve Showerman,
present.
Sarah Persall,
Here.
James Yule,
Here.
Dan Ranko,
Here.
Todd Krebs, here.
Next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, voice vote. Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Agenda is approved. Next up is an approval of the September 20th, 2025 meeting minutes. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support.
All in favor, voice vote? Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. September 20, 2025 meeting minutes are approved. Next up is an approval of the 2026 meeting dates, which were available at the beginning of the meeting.
Oh, yes, I thought they were fine.
I put them on my calendar.
Second it.
Yeah.
Can we get an official motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 zoning board of appeals regular meetings.
A second, voice vote, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. 2026 meeting dates are approved. Next up is election of officers 2026.
Do we need to open and close, or how does that, I forget. Every year we have to.
Every year we remember. I guess we get nominations.
I move to nominate Steve Showerman as chairperson.
Second.
Uh,
I move to close. I don't know, is that how it works?
I-
That's what I,
Unless Debbie says otherwise, yes. So we have a motion to close the nominations.
Yep. Support.
All right, all in favor, voice vote?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. I stay chairperson. Do we also need to do the other positions? Vice chair and secretary?
Yep.
Okay. So we need a motion to nominate vice chairs.
I move to nominate Sarah Persall as vice chairperson.
Second that.
I move to close.
We have a motion to close the nominations.
Support.
Nominations are closed. We have Sarah Persall as the lone nominee for vice chairperson. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Open for motions for secretary.
I'll make a motion to, to support Todd Krebs. I'll second that.
Todd Krebs is nominated for secretary. Other nominations or motions to close?
Motion to close nominations for secretary.
Can we second that motion?
Second. I'll second.
All right, just following the rules. All right, nominations for secretary are closed. All in favor of Todd Krebs to continue as secretary, say aye.
Support.
Aye.
Yeah.
Passes
Aye.
5-0. All right,
I don't think you'd have to nominate me.
I think you're appointed by,
I'm
yeah, because you're on the
Yeah,
township
you're the
board.
township board. I'm the PC.
I believe that closes all elections of officers for 2026 remaining on. And now we'll move to the next item on the agenda, which is ZBA case 01-2026 for parcel number 4716-04-103-144 located at 6275 Superior Drive in Brighton, Michigan, 48116. Requesting a variance from 38-136 to allow a front yard setback of 25 feet instead of the required 30 feet for the proposed 12 by 19 sunroom. We will begin with the applicant's presentation of the case for a maximum of 10 minutes. If you could please approach. State your names.
You can sit at the table if
Oh,
you
yeah,
want.
sorry. Approach the table is what I should have said out loud.
Thank you. Hello, Matthew Russell.
Crystal Russell?
Please present your case.
We want to build on a Four Seasons room onto our house. Our house is 620 feet, square feet. For the two of us, it was fine, but we moved my mother-in-law in the fall, and we wanted to kind of add a little bit on. The building envelope for our property is different than actually where our house is. It was put in 60 years after our house was built. And so it doesn't allow on the back for a full, the full sunroom, which is 12 by 19. We're asking for a, variance of 2.5 feet on one side and 6 feet on the other of the building envelope. The proposed construction is on the sketch on the back of the packet that shows the proposed sunroom as it would exist with the existing residence.
Anything further, or would you like to open for questions?
Yeah, questions, I'm sorry.
We'll move next to the board members with questions. Any questions for the applicants?
Yeah, thank you. You helped clarify one of my questions, because in the submission, it says to allow a front yard setback of 25 feet. Does that, if we do that, does that capture the two sides, or do you need something different than what is stated in the page 1?
Page 1 says, we are asking. for
Nature of
approximate
application.
2.5, I don't know where it says 25 feet as opposed to 30. Do you know where that's at, Crystal?
Yeah.
First page we got.
So it's
It's like the
5 feet is what you're saying, you're asking for
I
5
believe
feet?
it comes to 5 feet in total, because on one side it's 1.5 and the other side is about 2.5, for it to fit within that building envelope.
So, the sunroom actually is on the side of our property, not on the front. But I think that the 30 feet from the front to the proposed sunroom, I don't know what that is.
So Debbie, if I could ask some clarification
I
from
apologize.
what I'm looking at, no, it's the case number, and that there's the required per 38-136 and then the proposed. And like it says front, it says waterfront, then front 30 feet, and it still says 30 feet.
For the, proposed
So he
sunroom.
wants 25 feet instead of 30 feet?
That's
As a
what I'm-
waterfront setback?
From the front setback.
I think it's the front setback, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
the
The front
sunroom is
is the
actually on the
water.
side of the house, but.
Right, I was there, it's an odd,
Yeah,
I was
it's-
there looking around it and the stuff,
Okay.
and the pillars and everything, yeah.
Yeah,
Us-
There's no water by it.
so, from the front of the house to the,
This.
proposed sunroom would
This
be
proposed is-
25 feet instead of 30.
25?
Correct.
Okay, so this should be, no, that's okay. So that should be 25, hence my confusion. Do they also need,
They don't need their lot coverage. Everything else is good. They just need the setbacks.
okay, so this has to be lower.
There,
I thought it had to be at least
21.
30%.
No,
there.
lot coverage is not exceeding
25 to
30%.
here.
Thank you. I was flipping it the other way.
30.
Okay, so that's the only correction, is the 30-foot under the proposed table should be 25.
I believe so.
I think-
You wrote this
I'm
up, so
trying
I
to-
don't know what you're,
Is that 25 to the
That's
south?
four.
Is that what we're saying? This one here.
I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
it's
getting-
just-
what they're getting.
This should be 25, not 30.
Right, but the 25 setback, that's from the sunroom to the south border.
To the
right?
south border.
Oh,
Instead of-
see
Kind of the shed
yeah.
Yeah, instead of.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, I see it.
It's,
It seems like the back, but waterfront is
This
flipped.
here.
Hardly even
waterfront is the front all the time, but there's no water on this, so.
Right.
But there are two front yards, basically, because it's on
Right.
the corner.
So there's
Yeah, because I'm gonna
two front
pull up.
yards,
Correct,
because
I'm
it's.
sorry.
Thank you, that's
Yeah.
why. Okay, thank you.
It would
But
look
that-
awfully awkward if it was,
I get twisted
It's not
around
even.
because of the way the
Yeah.
property's laid out myself, so.
But for clarification, there's already a 18.5 setback, or 18.9 setback on that same borderline from the house itself. Yes? Am might not.
Have you got this plot plan in front of you?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we're looking at
we're
it.
talking from the back side, the backyard, 18.9 set to the house. Yes, that's correct. The
That's-
sunroom would actually not come back that far.
That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
and
Yeah.
the sunroom would just be over here on the side.
Right, correct.
And they want a setback from here. And that's the only setback you're asking for, correct?
Yes.
That's it, yep.
All right. And
No.
oh, sorry, Todd, go ahead. Are you finished?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Just to clarify, and I know in here it said it was 60 years ago, and then the plot was laid out at
Yeah.
some time, and obviously you were not owners during either of
Correct.
these. Okay. I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. So your practical difficulty or hardship is what?
I
Is,
can
oh,
explain
go
that
ahead.
better.
Absolutely.
My mother moved in August when I became her primary caregiver. And we don't actually have 2 bedrooms in the home. We actually only have 1. So when we moved her in, we divided our living room in half to create a room for her, which causes us to have no reasonable common area, which is why we came up with the idea to have the Four Seasons room, where we could have more living space. It's a very small quarters and it works, but obviously with 3 people, it's very difficult for three people to have reasonable
I
space.
understand that, but the practical difficulty or hardship usually extends to the land.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so when the house was placed, of course, when they put the building envelope in, the house doesn't even really fit into the building envelope. It was put in after the fact. And so it gives us no room to even put on any additions, really, on the back side or really on the back of the house. So the practical difficulty is that we would need a little more space to actually add a room that's,
So you're telling me that when this was platted, that your home was built?
had already been on the property.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it
so,
certainly
okay,
wasn't.
okay, that,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
It was actually in a very old log cabin.
So in 1930 is when they built the house. And of course, in the 1960s, I believe they put in the plot lines.
But it's positioned on the lot, and there's a bunch of trees also on the other side of the home as well.
Yeah, on the front
On
side,
the
yeah,
sur-
that's correct. Or on the other side of the house,
So
yes, correct.
There are limitations from
Yeah.
the
The
topography.
trees, the whole, yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Other questions from the board? All right. Seeing no further questions, we'll open to the public for a maximum of 3 minutes to individuals or 5 minutes to a group representative. Any from the public wish to speak? Seeing no one wish to speak, I'll close the public hearing. And rebuttal by the applicant or further comments for a maximum of 2 minutes if you have any further items to add before we propose a response.
We appreciate your time. Thank you for allowing us to come here.
All right, thank you. And now we'll entertain a motion for a decision by the ZBA.
I move to approve ZBA-01-2026 property address 6275 Superior Drive, Brighton, Michigan 48116. The request to allow front yard setback of 25 feet instead of the required 30 feet. The location of the original structure presents a hardship not caused by the current owners. The granting of the variance does not adversely affect the purpose or objectives of the Township Master Plan, nor is it materially detrimental to the public welfare.
I'll second that.
Could we do a roll call vote, please?
Roll call vote. Stephen Showerman,
Support?
Sarah Persall,
Yes,
Todd Krebs, yes. James Ewell,
Yes.
Dan Ranko.
Yes.
Passes 5-0. You have your variance. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
All right, moving on to the next item on the agenda, ZBA case 02-2026 for parcel number 4716-4716. 62-33-301-002. That may be a typo there. I think there should only be 14716. Located at 11548 East Shore Drive in Whitmore Lake, Michigan, requesting a variance from 38-136 to allow a front yard setback of 4.9 feet instead of the required 30 feet for the proposed and side yard of 8.6 feet and 3.6 feet for a covered walkway over the existing walkway. Before we begin the applicant's presentation of the case, Debbie, is it for the proposed what?
Proposed walkway,
Okay, so it's walkway for both, got you, thank you. All right,
covered walkway.
thank you. So we'll start with the applicant's presentation of the case. Please state your name for 10
I'm
minutes.
Julie Feelick with Feelick Builders. Last summer, we were contacted by the Brewers. They live on Whitmore Lake, and they've had serious health issues the last couple of years. And Carolyn last summer took a terrible fall. She was actually at physical therapy, and her balance is terrible. And they've had a lot of issues with, they have a side entrance. So you have the parking area, and then you have to go up the side of the house. They have issues with the existing old deck, the water pools, it freezes. You know, it's become an issue. Half the time they can't get out of their house because the snow builds up. So they wanted us, if we could do a covered walkway across the small area of the parking. Their parking is all in the front, you know, and they don't have a lot, where they could get out of the car and then go across the covered walkway. We're going to restructure the steps going up because they're really out of kilter, and then a covered deck to try to keep as much of the weather off as possible. So the lake lots, being what they are, I'm sure you're all familiar with them over there. I thought, you know, it was such a tight lot, so we actually hired an engineer to come in and do an actual engineering survey. And it looked like we would have an issue right in the front, you know, to build up the walkway and slant it so the water didn't pool on it. And I came in and filled out the building permit, and yeah, that was an issue. So I'm here to ask for a variance. I think I submitted the engineered survey and the plan of what we would like to do, to have a variance to be able to build that and allow us to get the proper drainage. And it's basically, our hardship is a safety issue.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the board members, questions for the applicant?
This walkway would not have sides on it, right? Be open?
Yeah, and also, right now, the front, when you pull in, there's just enough in the driveway to pull in, and so there's no walkway at all there. So we would like to build a walkway and have it, you know, slanted slightly, and we would like to redo the deck area so that it slants away, because right now the water sits right in front of their doorway. So it's definitely a safety issue.
But the covered walkway, the variance we're seeking tonight is on the side of the house.
If you look on the plan, you'll see it going across from the parking area. Oh, yeah, from the parking area, if you'll look on the plan. And it's going to be so that when you go in, it's, you know, it's going to come along, and then it'll just be like a little peaked area like this, so it doesn't just look like something tacked on.
That's what we have an image up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the,
And looking at the place and actually getting to physically see it and everything, you're keeping the existing shed there, right, with the,
Yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with the shed in the back.
right,
It's
so
just-
you're keeping the, and you're going to
Yeah.
remove that roof, and that's going to be incorporated into this?
Well, the walkway is going to be incorporated with the house, and the shed really isn't, we're not tying that in. It's going to be a separate structure still.
Okay.
It's just being.
And the
tied-
shed would remain the closest thing to the boundary, actually.
The what?
The shed would actually remain,
Well, I think
Closest
our
thing.
issue was actually more in this front area.
right.
Right, but the-
Because when we had the engineered survey, the shed was actually okay. But this area, especially if down the road they need a ramp built, we'd just like to have it set so instead of the stairs, you know, if they can't manage those anymore, that we would have it so we could do a small ramp if they need it.
I think what Todd is clarifying is that the shed, as it exists now, is closer to the border of the property than the walkway itself would be.
You're following where the
According to these
rails are.
photos.
The current rails are just extending, right? The wood rails there on the deck and porch?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not tying them up into the shed.
I take it that gable that you plan on building will have shingles that'll match the rest of the house then too.
Yeah, well, we wanted to make it look. we just
Actually, I
didn't-
think it looks better
With the
with the
gable.
Yeah.
up, yes.
Well,
I do
yeah,
too.
and that's what we wanted to make it, I mean, if we're gonna do a covered walkway and back area, we wanted to tie into the house a little bit, because that's, house, I think, was actually built in 3 parts back in the day, so,
And to clarify that, I mean, just from seeing it, the only entrance to the house, the only entrance to the house is on the side there. There's nothing on the roadside.
yeah, you park in the front and go, you know.
Around.
All those houses on that stretch are so close to the road already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm hearing a practical difficulty with relation to safety and the position of the house and the fact that it's a narrow lake lot. Do we have any other questions for the board?
Nope.
All right. I open the public hearing, but I see no one from the public, so I will also close the public hearing. Rebuttal by the applicant, any further comments to make before we entertain a decision? No? All right, I guess at this point, we'll seek a motion for a decision by the ZBA.
I thought you were going.
No,
I'll make a motion to approve ZBA 02-2026, parcel number 4716-4716-33-301-002, located at 11548 East Shore Drive, Whitmore Lake, Michigan. The variance to allow a front setback of variance of 4.9 feet from the proposed side yard, 8.6 and 3.6 feet for a covered walkway over the existing walkway.
I'll second it.
We have a second, roll call vote, please.
Steve Showerman,
Yes.
Sarah Persall,
Yes?
Todd Krebs, yes. James Yule,
Yes.
Dan Ranko.
yes.
Motion passes 5-0. You have your variance. Thank you.
thank you very much.
All right, moving along in the agenda. Do we have any new business before the board? Any old business? Any correspondence? Nope. And call to the public, seeing as there's no public, we'll close the call to the public and we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. This meeting is adjourned.